Every low intelligence speech check in Fallout New Vegas. Let's go.
Third floor access is for executives only. Please identify. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
What? I'm happy you cleared that up for me, but we've got another situation to worry about. There's a merchant hanging around near the prison. Something feels funny about him, and I want you to deal with him. Shake him down if he's legit, but if not, take him out. Not ha-ha funny, you moron. Funny as in suspicious. He's not trying to run away like most people.
Hello. Sharing knowledge with an outsider organization. I knew Veronica couldn't be trusted. We tracked your movements a long way, but it was worth to catch her in the act. Passing Brotherhood secrets to outsiders is the lowest form of treason. What have you got to say for yourself? Did you just... How dare you belch in the face of a paladin of the Brotherhood of Steel? In the name of the Elder, I hereby sentence you to death.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you... Oh. I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now. What? I was talking about death, kid. Guess that one went right over your head, didn't it? Old Sergeant Dornan would have had a field day with you. Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about, then? Yeah, the NCR and the Legion are about due for another dust-up. So you're gonna get yourself involved in that. All right, I'm in. Could be fun.
Dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Yes. Well, you do know that those particular organs don't have neurons and are thus incapable of speech. Yes? We certainly wouldn't want to strain your comprehension, would we? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Is this really what I have to look forward to? Ah, the meat has returned. Lovely. Yes. Well, you do know that those particular organs don't have neurons and are thus incapable of speech. Yes? I don't have... Ugh. I have an inferior frontal gyrus wired directly into a speech synthesizing processor. Your heart can be wired up to a thought synthesizing processor. You can't talk to it. Ugh. I've been bettering myself, I'll have you know. I've been reading. Actual literature, mind you. Not that La Fantôme or Tales of Chivalry drivel. I've been studying the classics, acquiring a solid grounding in medicine and the sciences. Also, I'm fairly certain this tank has been liberally salted with ground mentats. Very well, let me put this in terms you'll understand. Brain, smart. Heart, stupid. Spine, very stupid. You, exceptionally stupid. Does that explain the matter? Well, we certainly wouldn't want to strain your comprehension, would we?
Have a seat, and then we'll talk. The Sierra Madre. Beauty, isn't she? She the one who invited you here? Or maybe you didn't catch her voice on the radio. Woke up confused like some of the others. Least you're still breathing. By the way, don't get up or make any sudden motions, no matter how uncomfortable that chair gets. The cushion's just for show. Great. A moron. Just what I need. Look, that seat you're sitting in? It's a bomb. Go boom. Get up without my permission. I'll blast your ass so far through your head, it'll turn the moon cherry pie red. So, let's keep this sweet and polite, and finish our conversation with no misunderstandings. Christ, if that collar blows, I don't know if you'd know the difference. You'd probably still keep walking around with that dumb, blank look. Just because I work in entertainment doesn't mean I'm a moron.
Sorry, son. I fixed up your head as best I knew how. I guess I missed a spot.
Welcome to the New Vegas Medical Clinic. I'm a fully qualified physician and can fix whatever is wrong with you for a reasonable fee. If you've got the caps, I've also got several implants available to enhance your physical attributes. No. Implants, not plants. They're little machines I can put inside you to make you faster, quicker, or smarter. I recommend the smarter implant. I've also got two much more expensive implants. One's a subdermal implant that will make you more resistant to damage. The other implant induces a mild regenerative effect. Your wounds will practically heal before your eyes. I think you would really benefit from the logic coprocessor implant, so I'm going to cut the price to $3,000. Which surgeon? That would be the Nemean subdermal armor. It's a bit pricey, 8,000 caps, but the implant causes your skin cells to be bolstered with iron. It won't make you bulletproof, but it will make you a little harder to injure.
What? Good. Had him figured for NCR. One of the Rangers, maybe.
Hey, man. Who the hell are you? They'd bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they? Ah, shit, man. You're direct, you're no nonsense. How am I supposed to compete with that? I gotta pay these chem bills. Aw, man. How am I supposed to buy chems now? Fine, here. Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency, and I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying? There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right?
Hello. It's unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist? Then we have that in common. Whom do you typically work with? You're right, I'm sorry. That imbecile in the next room has me on edge. I used to be more fun. I'm still passionate about my work, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'm in the Followers of the Apocalypse. How about you? Then for everyone's sake, I hope you serve a worthy master. Are you a maker of war or peace? That's reassuring. Although many who've made that claim to the Followers of the Apocalypse over the years have had less than pure intentions. But if it's really as you say, then take my advice. This installation carries with it dangers that no one here has realized. Take care what you do here and who you listen to. Some things are best left buried with the old world. I don't entirely know. Our records on the company that built this place suggest that their dealings were not only in energy, but also in weapons. And I've seen equipment here marked with symbols used by the pre-war military, targeting computers, shock sensors. A code word comes up repeatedly in the papers I've looked through here. Archimedes. Then I would say do it. As long as the power of this plant is committed to the regional grid and not to a weapon, we are safe. If you're the one to restore output, then you can route the power where you choose, and they'll never be the wiser. I can't get you past the security in the tower, but I can be of some help. I've discovered a password for one of the mirror control terminals outside. You'll need it. Oh, the NCR has their own designs for it, no doubt, but resist the urge to send it only to the thriving communities. The need for power is great everywhere. Distributing it evenly is the most rational and humane choice. I'm a man of letters. I'd be torn to pieces by the security system they have in that tower. I'd never reach the mainframe. But eventually, the NCR will. Or if not them, Caesar's Legion. They will use this place for war. Because the possibility exists you might do anything else, you're the only choice I have. Humanity lost many things after the war. Methods of agriculture, techniques for survival. We took it upon ourselves to piece together this knowledge and bring it back to them. Other things weren't lost, but were blocked from our collective memory. Knowledge of what we're capable of and how things spiral out of control. It's in our nature to want to forget truths that keep us awake at night. And for that reason, it's all the more important that the followers walk the ways to remind people of them. We did for a time, but our goals differ. The NCR only cares to expand their wealth and their reach. For us, territory boundaries mean nothing, and prosperity has to be for everyone, not just citizens of the NCR. So parting was inevitable. While the NCR pushes east, we clean up the mess they leave behind, try to provide some stability.
This is a restricted area. State your business. I can't tell whether you're joking or radiation melted part of your brain, but either way, I don't see a good reason to let you through. Later.
You here to fight in the arena? Then you're talking to the right man. No, imbecile, that's not how it works. I set up the fights, then you go in the arena and fight. Go.
I can't talk to you. It's not allowed. They do say that. I guess you can be my friend. Can you help me? Anthony took Sergeant Teddy away and gave him to the stinky dogs. I want him back. He's a toy. I'm not a baby, you know. Thanks.
If you're down on your luck and need some caps, I buy just about anything. Of course, I've also got plenty of things for sale, too. Of course.
Welcome to the Casa Madrid. If you got an itch needs scratching, you came to the right place. Just watch how you treat the merchandise. All right, then. Looks like I need to talk slow and use small words. There's Sweetie, Maude, and Jimmy.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm? I must admit that a conversation with an imbecile may be far worse than the kind of torture I was anticipating. But somehow I think I'll manage. I can take anything you've got.
Hey, you've interrupted my broadcast, dum-dum! So there's better be a conclusion! What is it? Why do I even bother? Go play with something shiny, dum-dum!
Huh? Friend, not a few minutes ago I chanced upon a pair of destitute orphans grappling over just such an item. If you cover the area methodically, I'm quite certain you'll happen upon them with only the most insubstantial of delays. Be well, and do try and avoid the tragic path of the sot that led me to my present infirmities and spiritual woes. Fare thee well.
So, listen. Can I ask you something on the level? Forget I said anything, then. I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them? Wow. I've got to admit, you have completely defied my first impression of you. Eye lasers. I'll be sure and look out for that next time.
Hold up there. This area is locked down by the NCR military until we can dislodge some Legion snakes from Nelson. You're one of them special folks, ain't you? They ain't real snakes, see? They're Legion soldiers. I just called them snakes because they're low down and sneaky. Like a snake.
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you? Wow. You sound like you really do need some help. Look, I can help you out, but you can't do anything I mean, you can't help bad people who want to hurt the locals in Freeside. If you do, I'll leave. Does that make sense? All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it. There's something about that robot that doesn't seem all right to me. I'm not saying we shouldn't take it with us. I'm just saying that if it were to fall into Lake Mead and be irreparably damaged, and if you threw an EMP grenade in after it, well, there are worse things happening in the world, right? It's... a thing. A science thing. It hurts robots. Don't worry about it. Silly arcades just telling magnetic field jokes for his own amusement. Ahem. Shall we?
You activated Archimedes? What the hell are you thinking? You moron! You're gonna kill all the troopers down there! That's it! I'm out. Good luck getting out of this place without being shot to pieces by NCR soldiers, assuming they aren't going to fry to death.
Attention, Archimedes One laser is now armed. Move all personnel to minimum safe distance before initiating test.
I'm glad you were able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not. My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I? You're right. The Great Khans are free to go. My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I? I don't like it, but orders are orders.
Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of Spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at First Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd rather she get medical help. Yes, talk to Betsy and try to convince her to get medical help for her trauma. I sure hope you understand what I'm asking.
You're back. Do you need medical attention? I'm assuming you're referring to mental trauma. I'll make time in my schedule.
Hey, my man. 10 of Spades. First Recon sharpshooter. At your service. Shit. As long as I can remember, had a rifle in my hand since I was 3. That's what my dad always says. Learned to shoot on our ranch, way west of here. Same as the LT. He's a farm kid too. Oh, they recruited me, what, a year ago? Taught me to kick even more ass than before. These guys, they really know how to kick some ass. You remember me, right? 10 of Spades, First Recon. The LT told you about that? Shit, man. That's shit. It was my fault. See, I was knocked out when it happened. That big guy sneaked up on us. I let Betsy down. Shit, you sound like the LT. I should have woken up. I shouldn't have gotten knocked out in the first place. That shit was my fault. I don't want to talk about it anymore, all right? She's my goddamn partner. See, we work in pairs. We spot for each other. Watch each other's backs.
Hi there. I'm old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and I'm pretty good at fixing things, too. You might have noticed the very large building just north of here. That's Helios One. The NCR runs the place, so it's off limits to prospectors. As it so happens, I do have some thrust modules, but they're expensive. 500 caps worth of expensive.
But never mind that now. We don't have much time. If you can get me a weapon, the rest will be easy. In the hall outside, they still have my possessions in a locker. There's a gun in there that should be small enough to get past the lieutenant. When she comes back, I want you to go and get it for me. Simple enough. Good. But for her to trust you to re-enter the room, she'll need to believe you've been doing what she expects of you. You'll need to punch me until I'm bleeding and weak. Go on. This is nothing compared to the Legion's training.
Whoa, baby. Am I looking at a mirror? Or are you just that ugly? What? You mean you're not part of the act? Huh. Sorry. Thought you were the heckler Garrett hired to spice up the shows. Yeesh, is my act that bad? Or are you just that dumb? Yeah, that's right. Got me a nice juicy contract with the management. Yeesh. Say, you wouldn't happen to have been my manager in a past life, would you? You've got all his money smarts. Well, if it isn't my #1 fan, what can I do for you, #1 fan? Too bad I got this ironclad contract with the Garretts. They'll never let me out of it.
Now I know what they mean by dumb luck.
Hello. I trust you have something to report concerning the Freeside situation? Oh, I've already heard. Pacer is dead. The Kings are up in arms. The entire area is gripped by chaos and the violence has only increased. In fact, I've heard that many are assuming the NCR did it without even looking into the matter. This is the worst thing that could possibly happen. What do you have to say for yourself? You better believe I'm mad. You waged a one-man campaign to drag our good name through the mud, and I'll be held accountable. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Ugh. This is what I get for hiring an idiot to do such an important job. Here, just take this and go. I have damage control to do. Wait, I'm supposed to send you to Colonel Moore up at Hoover Dam. The why she wants to see an imbecile like you is beyond me. So go to Hoover Dam and see Colonel Moore. Got it? Hoover Dam, Colonel Moore. Maybe it's time to retire.
Always good to see a friendly face. You're always welcome to visit my baby girl. Well, he mostly stays out of the way, which is a good thing. He'd probably end up doing some real damage if he tried to make himself useful. Right now, we mostly let him operate the switchboard for the intercom. Flipping switches seems to keep him pretty happy. Well, to each their own, I guess.
We gotta go through this again? What's it about this time? I don't know a thing about no missing refugees from that Aerotech camp. Go cry to somebody else. Yeah, well, I must have heard rumors, and, Fuck you, you got nothing on me and Dermot.
Dog trapped here, too. This place not like West. Air like copper wire. Gut heavy, hurts, beeps sometimes. Back west, in bone cities, dog wore a collar on wrist, turned him into color of ground, turned him into color of sky. Is true. Dog wore it right on his hand, where Bear Trap is now. He thinks. When put it on, hard to see. Hard to see. Dog was told not to be seen then. Same as now, except different. Dog and others had to hide in base. And church. The Master was there. Master was... spoke like many people. Smart. Like Lieutenant. Dog misses the church. When got dark, no people. Dog could sit on floor and look up at ceiling. Could take off wrist collar then. All gone. All gone. It better now that found new master.
Our guys put them on.
Welcome back. Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
Hey.
Welcome back. Yes, I understand that he's decided to quit outright and not even ask for compensation. I'm a bit curious what exactly you said to him. Then again, perhaps I'd rather not know. Thank you all the same. I'm very happy to be rid of that man. Very good. On occasion, it's proven to be more profitable in the long run to simply buy out the competition. And this is one of those occasions.
Please, help me. Legion caught me. Said this was the penalty for drug runners. Please, let me down. Please, for the love of God, let me down.
Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go? Which greedy overlord do you want to start with?
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for. Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, bigger magazines. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor. It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets.
Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all. Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit. Oh, so many ways. Small ones to begin with, so we can get used to what it's like to have a outsider around and about.
A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say? Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest. No, it's not. It's the smartest idea you ever heard. But you're too stupid to know it.
However, our unarmed techniques favor offense over defense. We can charge the enemy and flatten him with our first strike before he can react. I've watched you move, and I can tell you simply don't have the skill to learn the technique. Caesar is dead, at your hands. This crime cannot go unpunished. No, I suppose not. You've proved that you're a friend to us many times. I apologize for my temper. Caesar's death is regrettable, but we can't let it stand in the way of the Legion's goals.
Got a problem. Could use your help. Been having trouble with NCR mercs harassing the town, and they just showed up again. Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating. Smart, charismatic, and hell of a mean streak. Doesn't care for humans, prefers fighting them to talking. He's got a lot of pull with Nightkin, though. He talks, they listen. Was hoping he could draw the Nightkin to Jacobstown. Keen is saner than most, but I know he's thinking of going his own way again. He's aggressive, impatient, can't stand sitting around. That's like saying Caesar and Kimball would listen to each other. Nightkin don't have a lot of trust for others, mutants included. I like how you handled Keen. Without the Nightkin around, Jacobstown would be much weaker than it is. Up to Lily. Not my call. Might lead to a faster cure, might not. Don't want any harm coming to her.
Been enjoying your time at the Casa? If you're looking to get perverted, go talk to Sweetie. She's less particular than I am.
Yeah, boss. Just, yeah. Sure, I'll just pull a toolbox out from behind a conveniently placed rock and get to work. Talk to me at my shack. I've at least got tools there. Sure, boss. I saw lots of guys like that while I was held prisoner by an insane super mutant in an isolated mountain fortress. Can you narrow it down? You know what, boss? That's my fault for using sarcasm. Nah, I haven't seen him. Sounds like a city slicker, though. Might try looking on the strip.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out. Evening. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me. Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside.
Hey, if you can help, I'll take whatever I can get. Doctor's bags would be a huge help, but what I really need are medical texts. I'm not trained to deal with major psychological trauma, and we've got a lot of kids in this camp. I'm an Army field medic. I can treat bullet wounds, shrapnel, trench foot, no problem. But this, the kids and the psychological trauma and all the rest, is out of my league. Thank you. Any help you can give would be a godsend.
So that is going to be the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you'd like to recreate these all for yourself, when you boot up the game, just make sure you have lower than 4 on your intelligence, and you'll be good. The lower the number, the safer you are. Now, there's also some speech checks that I just could not get to trigger no matter how hard I tried, but you really didn't miss much. They just changed like one word out for another, and the person you're talking to didn't really have anything special to say back, so you're not missing much. And with that, that is all. Except for my beautiful Patreons. We gotta shout them out first. We got Brian Hahn, Person, Dirty Dan, Fat Lucky Potato, Icy Storm, B-Rad the Man, Giovanni Diaz, Orge Burgos, Dr. Dopey, Mayall, G-Daddy Smackdown, Forg, Ty Mulan, and Henry Heiberg. Patreons are awesome and they get videos early, so if you'd like to be a Patreon, click that link down there below in the description. That's gonna be it. Leave.